This is the time of year I think a lot of people want. Spring is upon us, but if you want to make sure your yard looks good, you might want to get upon that. And here's the guy who can steer you in the right direction, Roger from Race Brothers. Good to see you, Roger.
Good to see you, Tom.
Okay, let's start with, getting your yard ready, kind of a spring cleanup thing. And I know one of the things that people tend to forget a lot, and it can jump up and bite you, is start cutting some of those dead limbs off of things.
Yeah, get out there pruning bushes and trees, anything you can reach. There's a lot of these pole saws, whether they're gasoline powered or the old hand type, but there's different ways you can get at it, or the old pruners and loppers. But thin that stuff up, get rid of the dead stuff.
Yeah.
That promotes the new growth, is getting rid of all that. And you need to get a start on it. It's really tough to go back and trim when it's already starting to grow and greened up. It's hard to get in there.
Well, yeah, the wood is a little more resistant.
Yeah.
But I know, well, you mentioned the pole saw. I have one of the steel, and those are, yeah, you need one of those. Those are really good. Anyway, I digress a little bit. So we talk about, pruning the branches and things like that. What about your flowers, your perennials? You can actually spread them out, get a larger bed than you had to begin with.
Yeah, a lot of those you can separate and put some of the new ones where you want to spread the growth around, or just thin them out so they'll be healthier if you don't want to add to what you've got. But either way, they're going to be healthier if you thin them down. But you might as well take advantage of the clippings.
Sure, but also you want to think about clearing that flower bed out, getting all the waste material out of there.
Get all that, or if it needs a little fresh mulch on top, then you can use a natural bark mulch or some of the new rubberized products.
So there's a lot of different options where that's concerned. Okay, now my lawn has been sitting over the winter. There are some old leaves on it and stuff. It's a good idea to kind of get that stuff out, trim that out.
Get a dethatcher, there's different kinds you can pull behind a mower or push, that sort of thing. But they got little fingers that drag out the dead leaves and grass, and it fluffs it all up, gets the breathing, gets the moisture back to it and the air, oxygen, and it just freshens it up, ready to take if you've got a pre-seed or even your pre-emergence. All those things will penetrate better.
Well, let me ask you this. People, I've heard for so many years, you seed in the fall, but this is still a good time to, especially if you've noticed, we've got some patchy areas. This is a good time to take care of that.
Yeah, and you're right. Starting to fall, and then the snow and all that in the winter time helps. But this time of year, you're going to see where that didn't come in, or it's a good time to either overseed, but you also want to get your pre-emergence down.
Right.
So that your grass has a better chance to jump before the weeds, because they always start first. And then come back later with a weed and feed that still fights the weeds, but is now feeding your lawn.
Well, of course, we've been talking about weeds and plants and things like this, but during the harsher months, your fences, your patios, they take a beating. This is the time to get at them.
Yeah, right. You might get a pressure washer out around your patio, your deck, or if you got a pool, or your driveway, all of that. But then cleaning your fence rows is a different thing. You might want to spray something that keeps them clean all summer. Roundup is a good killer, but it washes away. But there's some other ones that are perennial killer or annual killers that'll last most of the season to keep a fence row clear. And if you got a chain link fence, that's hard to weed eat around.
Yes, it is. You waste all of your line very quickly. Yeah. Now, okay, we talked about keeping a blade sharp, but this is a good time to make sure that your power equipment is well tuned.
Yeah, it's got to be ready to go. If you don't use an ethanol-free gas, you could have problems in your carburetor with your fuel. But either way, you need to get it started up. Maybe we're going to have to clean your carburetor or put some additives in. It needs an oil change or a tune-up.
Yeah.
You don't want it to break down once you've got to mow. Get it done. Be ready.
Not in the middle of summer. You need to do it now. Okay, now, and so many of these things, taking care of your yard and making sure everything looks pretty and stuff is moved on. Kids can help with that. Your kids.
Absolutely. Teach them a little work ethic, make it a family fun day. Hey kids, you get your toys out of the way, Dad will get this out of the way. And plus we've got some miniature little wheelbarrows and toys that they can think they're playing just like Dad.
You have everything here for the junior garden.
That's right.
All right, now, people want to keep track of all this that is going on. How do they do it?
Well, they come to Race Brothers Farm Supply at 2310 West Kearney, or they go to www.racebros.com. But the best thing is to come here where our knowledgeable staff can personally give you the advice you need.
That's it exactly. You talk to the people here, they know what they're talking about. They can help you on your specific path because not every path is for every single person, but they can help you, right?
That's right, because every little issue is different for everybody. What kind of lawn they had, what kind of care they want to give it, a lot of options, and we'll help them get to where they want to go.
Who do I need to tell?
Tell a friend.
That's it.